This morning, I looked at my portfolio. I have a few stocks of various companies which are listed in the Nairobi Stock Exchange, and my portfolio was down less 6%. Even if I had a huge chunks of shares, it also could be less 6%. It is the same case, and which means individuals are selling a lot of stocks. They are selling their shares. They are getting rid of the stocks which they hold in the Nairobi Stock Exchange. And from what I've read from various investors who have done it for a long period of time, this is the right time to buy. I need to warn you, I've not invested in the Nairobi Stock Exchange for a long period of time. Some of the ideas, some of the knowledge which I'm going to share with you, I have borrowed from individual investors who have done an amazing job, the likes of Warren Buffett, Philip Fisher, we have Peter Lynch, those individuals who did a great job investing in the stock market. I am going to share their ideas, their perspectives, and I'm going to relate those things to what is currently happening in the Nairobi Stock Exchange. Probably I am going to be wrong. That's why I ask you to take kind of, maybe if this is an advice to you, you should take it with kind of a precaution. Go ahead, do your own research and find out what is supposed to be done. If you have a financial consultant or advisor, you should go and seek more from him or her. Now let's go back to the Nairobi Stock Exchange. It seems things are not going well at this moment. But if you have some resources, some cash, which you can probably afford to lose, then this is the best way, or this is the best time to go and invest in the Nairobi Stock Exchange. I am going to list a few stocks which I own, and I'm going to give you some of my thoughts why I think this is the right time to own those stocks. Now, there's blood in the street. As I have said, I am down 6%, which means individuals are offloading the stocks which they own. And this is one of the challenges which are found in the Nairobi Stock Exchange. It seems this is a market which is made of day traders. I was reading the Intelligent Investor, and there's a statistic which was shared. In 1970, the average American owned shares for around 5 good years. And for those investors who were running the hedge funds, they hold the stocks for around 3 years. But in 2001, the average American held a stock for at least 1 year, and the hedge funds they held those stocks for around 10 months, which means individuals are holding stocks. They are actually day trading stocks. That happens to be kind of my conclusions which I can make from Nairobi Stock Exchange. Now, my main aim, my own intentions is to enable you as an individual to hold stocks for a long period of time. If you are going to hold these stocks for a long period of time, it means you will reap good benefits. But at the same time, here in Nairobi Stock Exchange, I am not familiar with some index fund. But if you are exposed to the United States of America, then investing in the stock market using index fund is one of the efficient ways in which you can create your own resources, your own wealth. Now, but I do seriously believe in Nairobi Stock Exchange we have one index fund. If you are not an individual who is more kind of risk tolerant, then I would encourage you to go ahead and invest in the index fund, because now an index fund it holds a number of stocks which you could have invested individually. By buying that index fund, you are in a position to hold those stocks. Here is the company which I said I would share, which is promising. It is known as Kapchoroa Tea. That company, I have seen it selling at around 380 Kenyan shillings. We have its parent company, or they are related in one way or another, and that's Williamson Tea. Williamson tea, I observed it also selling for around 250 Kenyan shillings. At the current, they are selling for 150 shillings. But the financial stamina of Williamson tea is not that promising. But I have observed the financial statements of Kapchorwa tea, they are really promising. I saw it has a dividend yield of around 12% if I'm not wrong. At the same time, per share they earn around, if not 15, it would also be 12 shillings per share. Their debt is actually not that big. They have a good cash flow. This is the company which I've always been encouraged, which I wanted to share with the individuals that if you have an opportunity to have some resources, some finances, then just go and buy shares of Kapchorwa tea. I do believe in the next year, since individuals in Kenya they are day trading. If you hold this share for a long period of time and the dividends which they are giving, you are going to reap some good benefits. I would not encourage you to do day trading. If you are one of those individuals who went ahead and bought there's this company which individuals thought they were supposed to sell with to Standard Bank. Why am I forgetting its name? Was it NIC? If you know the exact bank, the Kenyan bank, this is 2025, which the Standard Chartered promised to buy, leave it in the comment section. So that company, I have observed their shares selling for around 100 Kenyan shillings. That hype made individuals to pay ridiculous amounts of money to own its shares. Currently, it is trading for 79 Kenyan shillings. If you bought those shares at the peak of 100 shillings, then you have already lost 21 shillings. Probably, if you are going to invest for the long term, then the amount is going to go higher. But if you are a day trader, then probably you lost a lot of money. It was NCPA. I remember that name, NCPA Bank. So if you went with the hype and bought NCPA Bank and you bought at 100 shillings, I do seriously believe at this current moment you are not sleeping well. Another bank which I've seen is not a bank but shares which I've seen they are so volatile are the East African Portland, which deals with the manufacturing of cement. I saw it's also so volatile. In this platform, I want to encourage you to be a long-term investor. Understand that those movements of prices you are observing each and every day, whether it's on your phone, behind those prices, there are businesses which are running, and individuals who are in those businesses, they want to drive the company forward. And if you are going to stick with that company for a long period of time, probably you will reap great benefits instead of you doing day trading. I think I should end this video at that moment. And if you have some of the stocks which you could comment to other individuals or which we may discuss in the next video, just mention them in the comment section. Subscribe if you are interested in this kind of information. Share, there are some individuals who may benefit. At the same time, let's subscribe. I think we need to reach 10 subscribers soon. Thanks for watching. See you in my next one.